Have you ever heard about Swiss Army knife? So this is a very useful tool made for the German army, and this name suggested by the US army for that particular tool. This tool is very well known because it has the multiple uses. So similarly, we have one tool in Linux or in networking or in cybersecurity which often called as a Swiss Army knife in networking. This is a very useful tool, and by using this tool you can do multiple things, like you can scan the ports, you can scan multiple IPs with the multiple ports. Even you can create the simple communication chat server, web server, you can scan the IP addresses. So lots of things you can do with this command. Even though establishing the TCP communication or the chat server and troubleshooting this network related issues and the cybersecurity related task you can perform with this tool. So this tool is very important tool, and in this video we are going to explain each and everything in detail. So watch this video carefully.
So using Netcat for simple network communication, often referred as Swiss Army knife of networking. So right now we will try to install the Netcat. In our scenario, I already installed the Netcat, and you may think that why I am using these two terminals. Okay, so we are now going to establish a connection, and we will check how the communication is happening. So that's why we are using these two terminals. Okay, so let's create listener. We'll use port 12345 for our communication. Port number ranges from 0 to 65535. We can use any port, but for the safer side, or it's easy to remember and it's a demonstration, we will use port number as a 12345. I will just create one listener. Listener is for the like in the communication there are two entities, that is, one is the sender and another one is the listener. So create listener. So this first terminal will be act as a listener. So we'll create it. So how we can create it? There is a simple command, nc-l for listening, and then port number 12345. Now you may think that the terminal is in hang state, but it's normal. Your Netcat is normally listening now. This is the second terminal, and we will try to ask terminal to send any message, or we will simply try to configure this for the Netcat. So nc localhost, and then port number is 145. Okay, so here also you may inspect that this terminal is in hang state, but it's not. What you see here? Here I have typed iMessage and it is visible in our previous terminal. So again we will try to write something. Okay, something and hit enter. Then you can see whatever I am typing in my terminal 2, it is reflecting in terminal 1. You can continue typing message in either terminal and they will appear in the other terminal. This is how the Netcat's full duplex capability is working. Okay, even though we already type in second terminal and it is visible in the first terminal, now we will try to write something in first terminal. Is hello, and here you can say message is appeared here. Hi again, message is appeared here. If you want to terminate this communication, you need to press the Ctrl C, and from the both the terminal your communication is stopped and you are out of this terminal. So as I told you at the starting of the video that this is a Swiss Army tool and we can do lots of things with this. We have learned how to establish a basic network communication with Netcat. Let's explore more practical application, transfer files between systems. Remember, this is a very powerful tool for system administrators and network engineers. We will create one secret file. I will just check whether I have created secret.txt or not. No, I will clear this terminal. And now we will create one secret file, that is echo, and is you can see secret.txt file is created, cat secret.txt. This is our secret message. Now we will going to send this message. Now we will set up the receiving end of our file transfer on another terminal, and then simply simply we will try to receive this. So this is our sender, and we will be use this terminal as our receiver. I have to run the second command to listen this on the particular port to receive the communication. So nc hyphen l to listen mode, and then port number is 12345. Okay, we have to receive the file. Okay, so for that purpose, whatever we are listening on this port, we have to send it to the another file, that is the what we can give name as received secret.txt, because we are sending this file secret.txt, and then we will make another file that is received secret.txt. Just to step aside, we will analyze that we have file received. Okay, now this terminal is ready to listen. Okay, from this terminal we have to send our secret file. Okay, so how we can do that? So nc localhost, and then by using which port we have to communicate, and I will give input as a secret.txt file. Okay, and I will hit enter. Now terminal 1 is act as a sender, terminal 2 is acting as a receiver. Now we will try to open the third one terminal. We will navigate to our directory netcat. Check over here, we have created or we have passed this output whatever the second terminal is listening to the received underscore secret.txt, and you can see here new file is created, that is received secret.txt. Now we will add this file and we will check what is inside this secret.txt. Can you check this? This is our secret message. If you remember, we have created this secret.txt by echoing the file, and the same message we have received as our same message. Whatever message or whatever file we have created, that same message we have received at another terminal, or that we got that file. So this command tell netcat to use secret.txt as its input, sending the file's content through the network connection, that is port 12345, and ip is equal to localhost, because we have a single computer over here. If you want to send file to the another user or another system, then you can replace the localhost with the desired ip addresses. So as of now, what you learn, that is sending the simple message from one system to another system, how network works. Then second part is how the files are getting transferred between two entities or sender and receivers. Now we'll jump to the another section, that is the implementing encrypted communication. Okay, you already understood the how the normal communication or the concept of the communication, how the message are getting sent or how information is getting transferred. Because of this encryption, your message is very, or your whatever your data you are sending or message you are sending, that is very secured. You heard about it, but how actually it is getting encrypted? Okay, how that message is getting decrypted? So all these things we will explore now. Also, in last video we saw how we can add security in data transfer by OpenSSL. If you haven't watched that video, please go to my YouTube channel again, and you will get that video for the OpenSSL and watch that video properly, and again you can continue this lab. Now we will integrate that OpenSSL with Netcat to simulate the encrypted communication. We will use OpenSSL command to encrypt and decrypt message using AES 256 CBC cipher. So let's create the sender script. The script will handle encryption and sending message. So I already created this sender and receivers message. I will cancel this communication. I will simply press Ctrl C, then clear the terminal. I have created some scripts, that is the secure sender and the secure receiver. These two scripts I have created. This is for the sender and this is for the receiver. So I will just cat this file, cat secure sender.sh. Okay, so this is the file. For the better visibility, I will just try to open it in the vi editor. So this is the simple script to send and receive the encrypted message. So I will just explain you what this script does. So this script, what is this script mean by? So this is the shebang shell or the shebang line, and every time when we write script, this line should be here. Otherwise the system will not identify as this is a script. Then echo, this message we have to print Okay, so that's why we are using this echo. Then file true. So it creates infinite loop that ensures receiver keeps listening for new message. Okay, for that we have created this loop. Then again echo message to enter the message, whatever message we have to enter, which should be secretly passed to the receiver. That message we have to enter, and read message, we have created this variable message to encrypt it later on. So we have created another variable that is encrypted dollar and this message. This OpenSSL, this command is used to encrypt the message, whatever message you are typing here. When this get pop up, enter message, and you will enter some message that will be stored here, this variable, and that it is passed over here to encrypt it. Okay, so again encrypted means whatever message is encrypted, that will be passed to send it to the localhost 12345 for the communication. Okay, and this is done. Also we have receiver script as well. We will try to read that as well. Receiver. Okay, here also this is the shebang line. Then echo message, this will be seen visible in your terminal. Then again this is continue loop to listen whatever message is sending from the sender. Okay, and then encrypted message should listen on this particular port, and cat will be used to listen this message on the particular port. Okay, and this command will check whether the sent message is not empty, and then it will read the encrypted message, and whatever encrypted message it will receive, then it will try to decrypt it by using this OpenSSL decryption parameters. And if you watch my previous video of OpenSSL, then I already explained why this password is important to decrypt your communication or decrypt your message. Okay, then again whatever message you have received, we will decrypt it here, or we will show you basically here, and then it's done. So we have created this script. Don't worry, I will provide you the script in the description, or you can take a snap of this. Okay, I will this terminal now. So these two scripts are created just to send message and receive message in the encrypted format. The goal of script is the script act as a secure server. It listen for incoming encrypted message over the network, then decrypt them and using a shared password, and display the original plain text message on screen. We simply created one chat terminal, or we can say secure server, to establish a communication in between sender and receiver. Now if you see, these scripts doesn't have permission to execute, so first of all we need to change its permissions, then only we will be able to execute them. Then chmod plus x your sender such, here we will frame x your receiver. Okay, now you can see colors of shells are getting changed. It means that they are now ready to execute. So from first terminal we will try to send the message, and from the second terminal, this terminal, we will try to receive it. We will try to run this scanner.sh slash scanner.sh, and then script as well slash receiver.sh. Now we'll try to send any message hi, and you can see we have received our message hi. Then name is here, message is appeared, that is knowledge modulation. Here you can see message is clear, this is knowledge modulation, and this is sending message whatever I am typing here. For example, this is, consider this is your WhatsApp message you are sending from this terminal, that this is your particular message and you are sending it to your friend. Then in between, how it get encrypted. Okay, at the background this task is going on, how we can encrypt the message and how we are sending it to the another person. So all these things are happening in behind. So I already explained you that scripts, you can just take a snap of that scripts, and you can do it by yourself. So what we will try to check the summary of this video. You have learned the fundamental of the network communication using Netcat and explored basic encryption technique for secure data transfer. So Netcat, this is a utility that can read and write the data across the network connection using TCP or UDP protocols. I already told you this is called as a Swiss Army knife of networking because it can test network connectivity, open TCP, UDP port connections, then transferring the files, debugging the applications, creating simple client server communication model, then port scanning and troubleshooting. There are lots of things you can do with this simple command or simple tool. The real time example is telephone communication or your message sending, not exactly, but the concept is the same. Then how apps are use this this kind of similar technology like browser to web browser communication, it is happening like the same way. Then mobile application to the app server communication, database client to the database server communication, then netcat client to the netcat listener communication. So this kind of communication we can analyze by using this netcat command. For IT admin to confirm the network path is reachable or not, then firewall allows the particular traffic or not, then app port status is up or down, whatever status it is, then which service is listening on the which port. Also by using simple command like nc hyphen setv ip and port, you can check the port status. There are lots of things you can do with this simple tool. It is very useful tool. So if you want to explore this tool more, then I have something for you. What we can do with the netcat, that is create simple chat server using netcat, then a file transfer server as well, port scanning, multiple ports, multiple ip, and multiple ip, multiple ports at a time. Then client server connection we can test it. Also you can do one thing, you can take two systems, two individual systems or the laptops, and in the place of the localhost you may enter the ip address of another system, and you can try to create your secure chat server. You will be sending message to the receiver directly once you establish this connection. So this is your homework part. I hope you understand this concept, and you are now aware about how encryption work, how data is getting transferred with the security to one person to the another person.
So guys, this is the one of the most important tool in the networking. If you are working as a cybersecurity analyst or the system administrator, then this tool is very useful. And please share this video with your friends so that they can also upgrade their skills. They can also get more knowledge about the networking and the cybersecurity. We will bring next topic in the next video, very interesting topics. And if you wish to learn any more tools, then please mention that tool or that concept in the comment section so that we can try to make videos on that particular topics. Till the time, have a nice day and bye bye.